Alright, here we go.
Alright.
2, 1.
6.
And they're off.
And we're running.
And we're going. There will be a little bit of delay, as streams do, but we're off. We're going.
I started the look. I'm gonna give it.
Right,
I started
everyone
like
accepts,
a couple tenths
sort
of
of
a second
started.
early. I'm sorry.
We'll get there.
And I think I was not ready in the race client. So hopefully this counts as
There we go.
legitimate.
Spyro's
I
off
don't
and
know if
running.
it does. I don't know if it does.
Oh,
I
that's
will.
those
I
4
don't know.
purple dragons flying across the screens.
I
Really
don't
quite
know.
satisfying.
Hopefully I'm okay.
All right, Hypnoshark already ahead. First to touch Nestor.
Am I good? Am I good?
That's big. That's
I don't know.
huge.
Hopefully
And we're
good.
off.
I mean, I'm just gonna go.
We're all off. I can't believe it. Just a quick update. Dayoman didn't ready himself in the race time GG. It's fine. He is okay. Because we are verifying his run as we're watching it.
Let's play. Let's get this, man.
I don't feel qualified to do that, but okay.
That's
Oh,
fine.
first bonk of the run there
Like
for
a
Sam.
shot of, like, nerves
But he
and
does succeed in
adrenaline
getting
right
the Sunny
before
Flight
race.
stones.
That's not good.
So that's nice.
He's
That's
tied. This is big for the Shark fans.
big for the Hypnosharkers.
Okay, I'm good, right? I can
The
only
shark
assume
heads.
that I'm good. Like, I'd be very surprised if my shit
Oh,
was
look
like,
at
not
that
legitimate
fast
or
stones
whatever.
from Sporam. That's the
But it might
that's the
be, I
elite
don't
level
know. They
running
might
you'll see
forfeit
there.
me or something for not being ready or starting like a half second early or whatever.
So you'll see
But I'm
the
done
difference
talking
in
about it. I knew it was
strats compared to top level with Hypnoshark over there. They do a lot of camera manip at top level, and Hypnoshark
Real sweaty.
doesn't.
Yes, that's a good summation. Yeah, you are going to see. You're getting more of a, I guess, I wouldn't say casual speedrunning strat from Hypnoshark because
Breathe, dude.
you know you
Breathe.
still got a kick-ass
There's a
time in this
lot on the
category,
line
but you're
here,
going to
guys.
see
My
what
whole
really makes these
reputation
top level
is on
guys
the
top
line with
level.
this
And you can
race,
already
and
see,
I'm hungover. I'm
you
just
know,
not ready
just
for
looking
it.
at Chris and Dale,
I'm
they're super tight
I
together
hope
in
I
this
can
sunny
get my head
flight.
into the game and just
You
enjoy
can see
it,
just
you
the
know,
tight
just
lines
have
they're
fun.
taking.
I'm just a ball of stress today.
And they're
Which is
already
not
like a
good.
gate ahead
Not good for speedrunning.
of Hypnoshark here.
So let's
It's
see if
actually
we can
crazy
conquer
how
ourselves,
in
conquer our
sync
own
those two
bullshit.
are on the stream right
It
now.
is crazy, right? The top level really don't separate themselves much in the early game.
Look at that.
I'm
Very,
good?
very
Okay,
close.
Sweet. Kieran told me I'm good.
153,
Sweet.
151
Tack on like
for Sunny
0.6
Flight. That's the
seconds
first
to my
flight
end
level
time
of
or
the
whatever.
game. If you're not familiar with Spyro the Dragon, if you're a Crash Bandicoot fan who's here for the SPRASH League, of course we are playing Spyro the Dragon 1. This is the little purple dragon. That's Spyro. He's got to free all the dragons. He's got to catch all the dragon eggs. He's got to recover the gems. And he's got to go after Nasty Nork. But he's got to find dragons first.
Gotta find 80 of them specifically.
Shit.
Yeah, so he's going to go to a bunch of different homeworlds, a bunch of different levels.
Why am I so nervous?
We'll talk about them as we go through. So, apart from Spyro, who's a little bit behind, just in terms of starting his game, he's about 15 seconds behind where the rest of them were. But they're all now in Dark Hollow, the first platforming level they've gone into. And again, you're just going to see some wall glide strats there. Just really clean. Hopefully Hypnoshark's able to nail these. I know he's been practicing hard. His Dark Hollow strats.
I know exactly how this race is going to be.
Dark Hollow is one of the levels where he's found a lot of improvement over the
persevere.
last few weeks. You know, was running a month ago, running a very almost as intended route.
People are probably going to pull ahead of me at the start. That's okay.
But now you're going to see, as they hit this exit portal here, you're going to see all the runners do this jump up here to get out of bounds and into the underground area.
I'm not liking
You
this.
see Hypnoshark. This might take him a couple attempts. But, you know, we've always said this about Hypnoshark. He has one of the best mindsets in speedrunning. So those kind of fails, they're not gonna phase him at all.
His mentality is something different.
He is built different.
But we see Chris slightly take a lead here. Very slightly. But again, you know, it's neither here nor there in Artisans. It's really neither here nor there.
Yeah, we're going to see tiny little differences in Artisans. It's a very clean route, really. Only a couple of harder tricks like that one at the end of the end of the level of Dark Hollow and the toasty wall glide. But it's later on you're going to see the real fun stuff.
Really not good.
Yeah, look, Chris and Dale very much still in sync coming out of Dark Hollow. And again, you seeing the difference at top level. Spyro is basically caught up to Hypno in these first 2 levels, even though he started like 15 seconds later. But they're going to be heading into Stonehill, which for many people is probably the first level you go into when you pick up Spyro for the very first time. You're playing casually.
It is the first one you see in your eyesight.
Just trying to gather myself. I'm having so much
Nice
trouble.
little trick there from Chris. You see for the first time using the fountain to get up onto this area.
So yeah, you can jump on the waterfall very barely and jump up there.
And then you see perfectly executed from all 4 runners.
Fair play to Hypno, he is keeping up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think,
Bring this back.
you know, speaking to him earlier, he said he was looking for, he'd be happy with, I think, anything under a 135.
But I'm taking it
With
way
this
too
run, you know,
seriously
this is a
right now. I might be
reset list.
stressed out of my mind.
That
For, like, over
130,
nothing, it's like
55
comparatively.
came after a lot of resets and artisans today, it has to be said.
It's all good.
He was kind of walled by artisans, so he's had lots of artisans practice today.
That is true, he has. Not a lot of it was good though.
So a lot of it was pretty rubbish. Oh, Dale. Now it's coming up to that wizard. Those wizards used to terrify me as a kid. So many of the enemies in this game are pure nightmare fuel.
They are weirdly scary for some reason. I think it might just be the PS1 graphics.
I think that's definitely part of it. Is the PS1 graphics, but just I mean those we're gonna get to the spiders and high caves in a while, but those things I just used to run away from them when I was a kid. I didn't even bother trying to engage. No.
You still run away from them now, to be fair.
Arms are all
I mean, to be fair, I only ever run SRT MBS, and I'm pretty sure we don't go near them in that route. All right, Chris is in the treasure room. Can he nail all the chests? Absolutely. Doesn't even check as well. He knows he's got them all.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest, like, first differences you'll see from top level.
Yeah.
Just
Sam actually did get them all, but he just...
He did, but he
took
always
away
checks. He always needs to make sure.
He always checks because, you know, he doesn't feel confident enough that he's at that level yet. But, you know, good for him getting them all. And look at this, Chris taking a pretty decent lead here, getting out of Stonehill.
Extra, like, little half second every level.
704, he's about 3 seconds ahead of Dale, but as we've seen from any number of speedruns, you know, at this point you could be 10, 15 seconds back, and the run is still very much savable. So much to do, so much game left to play.
So much still left to go.
It's all good. It's fine.
So you see Chris just cleaning up the gems in this secondary area of the Artisan's homeworld before he heads into Town Square. It's just a little bit of repetition. But he's going to head into Town Square in just a second.
Spora is currently winning, currently in the lead. Which is, it's not a shock because, you know, Hub 1 Artisans can really just wall anybody.
For those who don't know what the PBs, these runners, they're not running necessarily against their PBs. You see from Dale and Chris's streams, I think they may be running against averages or something else that they like to run against. Sam is running against his PB is 130.55. We don't have splits for Spora, but Dale's PB in this category is a 121.02. Spora's got a 123.19 and Chris a 123.26. So these are incredibly high level runners. You know, Dale Man's been at this for many, many, many years. I'm actually kind of upset he's put a shirt on for the occasion, but...
Yeah, same. I want to see some naked action.
Whoa, you see that from Chris there? Not managing to make the stair glide. And that's going to get...
Yeah, that is shocking for a top level run, because normally they usually just hit it. And
again, you see, we're talking about how well that Spora is doing here. Spora is ahead of Chris, and again had that 15-second delay, but he's physically ahead of Chris in the game right now. I mean, not quite, but just is level with him.
Thanks, Thomas.
We are, though, coming up to probably the biggest trick in Artisans. Toasty Wall Glide. Shouldn't be too much of an issue for these guys.
Yeah, but you're going to see from Hypnoshark, you know, as I say, this is only a trick he's been doing for a couple of weeks. He's got pretty consistent at it, I would say. But, you know, nerves, race situation, you do only get one shot at it. Here goes Dale with the Toasty Wall Glide. Very nice. Perfectly executed.
Man, everything is just
Oh, Chris with a little
Chris.
box. He wants to go with a secondary way,
I
rolling
can't
up.
relax. I don't know what's
and-
wrong with me.
Did a weird drown there somehow.
Yeah, so there's a water collision box for some reason in that portal, and you can land in it for whatever reason. That was relatively, I mean, it was as bad as it could be without not making it. Here goes Sam though.
I love the way these games do just have random bits of code just flying out there, hanging out sometimes.
That was pretty phenomenal.
Oh, look at that.
Hypnoshark.
Punches the air. He's happy. Yeah, you should be happy with that. That was a really good Toasty Wall Glide. Just noticing Chris is on green sparks as well.
Zerg Daddy, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it.
Thanks to that drown and something else. But he's got to be careful here because these dogs and Toasties, talking about enemies that give you nightmares. Holy crap, those dogs are lethal.
So yeah, with the dogs, if you let them jump, go too high, and for some reason, if they jump too high, you get the gem automatically. So they're going to be doing a lot of that.
Not sure about it.
Hypnoshark less so, but they're doing their best.
Manip that first dog there around the corner that Sam just went past into jumping off the ledge. He does get it. So the other three are going to be cleaning up the last little bits of Artisans and then heading to the second world. Peacekeepers. You want to give us a little bit of the Peacekeepers music, Kieran?
I don't remember it.
Do, 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 do,
Oh
do,
yeah,
do,
you're right.
do.
Yeah.
It's a banger. Like all the music in this game.
47. I don't know.
And
who's ahead
going
of me?
into Hub 2,
Is
Deo
Spyro
is in the
or Chris
lead,
ahead of me?
but this
I
genuinely, if you
definitely
look
see
at the
them
two
being
screens, it
better
is
artisans than
neck and
that,
neck.
though. This is, I mean, how bad that Dark Hollow was, that was a really good rest of the Artisans.
And yeah, I mean, Spora is very close behind Deo. I think
I think by timing, he is ahead.
Tied with Spora. All right.
it's pretty close. I think it was, yeah, it might have been 11:47 rather than a 46 for Spora. But 10 seconds back for Chris here.
But it's Spyro 1. Anything can change with just a single level.
And we're up
Just
to
breathe. That's all I can think of. is just
wow,
breathe.
even
Yeah,
more
spinning spirals,
streams
man. I
now
need them
live.
more
I
than
think we're
ever.
up to
For whatever reason, I'm just completely
37
just stressed out
streams
of my
live in the
mind.
category.
I'm hungover.
Maybe
I'm not playing at 100%. In my
No,
mind, there's,
33,
kind of a lot
33,
on
but
the
there are
line here.
nearly
There's, like,
750
money
people
to be
watching
won,
across all
there's,
those
like, kind of
streams.
my reputation,
Go to
not
the
that anyone
Yeah,
gives a
main
fuck
screen.
whether I do
and
well
thank you,
or
Jay,
not.
for the raid.
I don't wanna
Much
do well in this
appreciated.
race, and I just,
Shout out
all
Jay.
these feelings and thoughts swimming inside of me. I'm just a mess.
But
I
Night
have
Flight.
zero
So Night Flight is a little more,
enough about that.
you know, construct
Keep playing
as
with
opposed to
just
Sunny
spinning
Flight. Sunny Flight has a lot more
spirals.
variation with the planes,
Play the game,
but
man.
this is a lot more
That's all.
straightforward.
I'm like shaky. I'm
Yeah,
cold,
exactly.
like,
You're following the round. The
my
only
blood
kind of
pressure is raised like crazy right now.
real
It's just not a
difficult
great
part, if you want to call it
place
that,
to
is
be.
what you'll see come up here at the
Alright.
end of this final
Shut the
section
fuck.
as he kind of strafes between the lighthouses and the gates here. It's relatively difficult to do.
It is quite difficult to do, but you know
I
these
never
guys have
did
been
this
doing it for
nervous racing
ages.
Saboom, but for some
Absolutely.
reason during this race, I'm losing it. All right, enough venting. Let's continue.
There you go. That's Chris finishing up. Spora just behind him. Deo already back in Peacekeepers. Go to pick up the dragon and the thief over here. Drops into the water, but that's okay.
Again, it's really just neck and neck. I could see any one of these three winning, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is three of the top runners. Very clean there from Spora getting the thief. There goes Chris with another wall glide to get over to that treasure chest room.
And obviously,
Dry Canyon.
we don't have him on the stream because we just have only enough for 4. But Adam also in this race, also right behind Chris, 5th place on the leaderboard. He could be an underdog for all we know.
How Spyro 1 is actually pretty funny. Pretty cool.
He's of course got the best stream of the race as well.
Of course, yeah, just webcam.
Yeah, I mean he's very much almost exactly where Deo is right now. Just checking in on his stream.
Not too much to say about Dry Canyon. There is a jump towards the end of the level to get up on a post. We'll see how they do with that. But for now, it's really just pretty common top level stuff.
Yeah, I mean the thing you'll find with Spyro 1 compared to Spyro 2 and Spyro 3 is a lot of the levels are very linear. It's a fairly straightforward platform game. Whereas Spyro 2 and Spyro 3 generally, at least in the way they're designed, you might not see that in the races when they come, are designed to have a bit more backtracking.
For sure. It also makes it more movement based. This game, you know, there are so many very slight movement errors you can make, and it can just ruin your run. So it's very big to be so tied in a race.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I love Spyro 1 as a speed game. It's so obvious what fast looks like because it's very, very heavily movement based, and it's when you can see how fast someone's doing stuff, it's always a really enjoyable experience for the viewer.
For sure. So we're coming up to the area now.
Oh,
Deo misses first try.
yeah, and you're going to see Hypnoshark's not even going to do that.
Not a great
don't-
drag.
Yeah, no, that is slightly too hard for the Hypnoshark.
That's all I'm hoping for, is that I'm not stuck.
The
I gotta not take the little mistake so hard either. You can definitely hear
Samuel hates
that I
Shark
took
being his full name.
bonk kind of hard.
Yeah, he's not a fan. I've suggested him to change it to Hypno.
Dale just clearing up the back here. Gonna head over to the fireworks chest in a minute. I think this is the first fireworks chest of the game.
Yeah, you're right, I think.
First example of damage abuse. To get those opened early. And we'll do that a bunch throughout this route.
For sure. I am gonna plug, whilst we are moving into the next town, Cliff Town. Donate! Exclamation mark donate. We are going to be completely upfront. We are losing money hosting this event. However, that is completely self-inflicted. We love it. We love the game. We love the SPRASH community. But if you do want to, you know, cut any of the costs that we are spending and just support the stream, exclamation mark donate. However, there is no obligation, and we just appreciate you watching. Thank you.
Yeah, and we should say, you know, we haven't said that yet in the broadcast. There is a prize pool for this race.
Of course, yeah. We haven't even mentioned.
Don't lose it, man.
What is the prize pool?
The prize pool. Okay, so for this one race, and by the way, there's 7, but for this one race, it is $160 prize pool split over the top 3. The split is 140-20, and that will be the case for all 6 races, assuming each race gets over 20 entrants. Which, you know, 6 times 160 is 960. I just did that maths in my head. I'm so proud of myself. So, you know, the costs... Thanks, mate. The costs build up, which is totally chill. But these players are... They're going for it. They're also going for league points.
Yeah, well, that's what we talked about earlier when we talked about the format. You know, league points are important if you want to get into that final SPRASH vector and have a shot at that final prize pool.
Cool.
And I don't know about you, I would love to see Daleman doing a SPRASH vector. I think that'd be great.
That would be so content.
But I don't know how many, which of these runners are going to be doing that. Obviously, Hypnoshark going to be doing all 6. He does run all 6 somewhat regularly. You know, spends a lot of time switching between games. Obviously, is the man in CTR. Has all the world records in that game. And this is one of his secondary games.
He's been taking it seriously lately, though.
Yeah, well, he played more Spyro in September than he did Crash Team Race. Than he did CTR.
He did play a lot of it. I think he's coming around. I think he's going to stop playing CTR.
Yeah, he's done with it.
Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, screw that game. I'm tired of it.
Not too much to mention in Clifftown, really. You know, they're all doing a great job.
They're all having a lovely time with those big ladies and those weird metal cape men. Don't know how those work.
Good question.
Doing
Try
great.
not to
How's
think too
Spora?
hard.
Is Spora ahead, behind?
I've just realized as well that
Spora and
because
Chris. Can I get the Spora
we're
and
just,
Chris
you know,
update?
streaming these guys regular streaming setups, you do get to enjoy
Dude, oh my
the full
God, how you
Hypnoshark
fuck
splits
that up?
experience if you've got your screen big enough.
Fine.
Yeah, I didn't read that.
Rash.
Luckily, this is on the Hypnoshark stream, so it's fine, but... Yeah.
He's currently
Spora's
in
ahead,
Cliff Richard
obviously.
Town, and what's he going to next, Kieran?
He's going to no dick, no balls, all that.
That's right. Why is that split called that? It's Shemp, isn't it?
Not
That's
a clue.
It's Shemp.
That doesn't excuse it.
I mean, but if you look at Shemp, he is.
He's not all
ass.
ass.
He's a one sentient human ass.
This is not true.
You know I'm about to full hop.
You can
this
see
shit
those same
coming up.
enemies back again in Shemp.
I am
Because
not
they were
trusting myself
just
at
so
all
much
at
fun the
this
last
point.
time. Chris powering through them as Dale does the long glide to that 25 gem. And Sam is just cleaning up old Cliff Richard Town. I'm interested to, I am interested to know what it is that Dale and Chris are running up against those times.
For Chris, I believe it's averages. And for Dale, I don't know.
I wonder if it's just latest run or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because a 122.46, I mean, maybe his averages are that good.
I'd believe it, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. There you go, coming out of Shemp 2217.
Customs in the chat with
So
an
we'll
F,
have a look at
Delfino
Spora. I
Customs,
mean,
all one
Spora
word,
looks to be
exclamation point
about
now.
10 seconds ahead.
Yeah,
Of Dale right now.
Spora's taking a relatively strong lead for the sake of, you know, top level.
And then another
Who
10
died?
seconds
Who
back to
died?
Chris.
Spora? Am I good? Who died?
So we're getting a little bit of gaps here forming.
And you can see the
His
large
Twitch name is
divide between
777.
top level and maybe a less experienced runner in Hypnoshark there. He's all the way a level back, really.
Yeah, he's still finishing up. He's still getting ready to challenge the boss in Shemp. We head into Ice Cavern now. It's a little bit of a different level in terms of theme from the others, but very similar enemies, big enemies, little enemies. A lot of long glides in this level, a lot of little islands in the middle of nowhere. Again, a fairly linear speed route.
Yeah, kinda. There are like little hidden sections off, so it is linear, but for a casual, you wouldn't expect to take this. A
certainly,
casual like Hypnoshark.
Yeah, well, it's the difference of, I guess, a casual playthrough where you're just trying to get everything in the area where you're going, versus this very planned route where, you know, you're leaving some stuff to come back and get later.
Yeah, it's a lot of resource management in a Spyro game, which isn't a thing.
Just don't start complaining about missed gems, because they are going back.
So you'll see on these poles, they'll just barely scrape the side of them and they'll fall down. You don't have to bump into them.
Yeah, you can avoid the animation and still get the gem to fall down, which is that's really what they're looking for. I see Warar saying you'd like to see more races like this more often. Well, we got good news for you. every Saturday it's going to be a new SPRASH race for the next 6 weeks. And then one final marathon SPRASH Vector run.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. You gonna be running any of these, Kieran?
No, I'm not going to be in any of the races. I might be busy that day.
Yeah, that's a shame. Because you are a high-level Crash 3 runner, after all.
I don't know. Maybe.
I think you should. I think you should run the stream and race at the same time.
That's a good idea. But I'm not running the stream. This is all Hypnoshark. Speaking of Hypnoshark, he is, still matched. He's still in the same level as the others. Honestly, not on a bad run for him. After, some of the mishaps from earlier.
I mean, like I say, he PB'd today by like 30 seconds. If this was yesterday, he'd be on PB pace.
That is true. If this was literally 24 hours ago, he would be on PB pace.
Takes those stairs with ease. Those stairs tripped up Dale, so like we said, it's a very movement heavy run, and lots of the movements are very small, very incremental, and you can mess them up.
And nobody would blame anybody, even a top level runner, for messing them up.
No, absolutely. A perfect run in Spyro is so difficult to get. And you saw Hypnoshark doing what we talked about there with those first 2 lampposts, getting the very slight knock on them without the animation. So in terms of other things you're seeing through this, you're seeing quite a lot of flame charging, which is quite hard to explain when you don't know the mechanics of it. But basically, Spyro has 2 attacks, a flame and a charge. If you charge into chests and things like that, then they will home in. But if you use both inputs in a tricksy way, you can actually get them to home in even when you flamed.
This Magic Crafters is really going
Yeah, and it's you'll see it way later, way more often. There are levels like Haunted Towers, which you will see it pretty much every single enemy. It'll be a flame charge.
Yeah, so
right on cue. I've been joined by our third co-commentator, my cat Sparks.
But we'll see.
Told you I like Spyro.
Hello, Kitty.
We got Sparks, and then when we do Spyro 2, I'm sure Laura will make an appearance. Sparks, of course, sometimes the biggest impediment to a Spyro speedrun. Sparks is meant to pick up the gems for you, but sometimes just doesn't.
Sometimes in a bit of a mood, just doesn't want to play. Just doesn't want to.
Doesn't fancy it,
Yeah.
And we've all been there at our jobs.
Well, Hypnoshark hasn't.
Well, I don't know. If you, I've seen some pretty salty runs in my time, but yeah, that's true. I mean, you use job in a very loose sense there.
Very loose sense.
Oh, Chris struggling with the stairs there in Alpine Ridge. There's a level with some. This is a level that's very, very cycle dependent. You'll see that in a couple of these levels. You see that in Beastmakers and Terrace Village, coming up in the next home world. But there's some cycles you really need to hit here to get good timing. They're all into Magic Crafters now, and Hypno is following them in.
He's only 17 behind PB. Imagine he PBs again. We'll never hear the end of it.
It'll be so good if he PBs. Oh, Spore, they're having to make a little mid-air adjustment.
He's been doing quite a lot of that. I think he's maybe a cycle slightly behind, and he's trying to catch up.
Yeah, he's taking some risks here, rather than waiting for the safe cycles to come back around again. I respect it.
But it's given Deo a little bit of leeway.
I think that taking that kind of risk, Kieran, I don't know about you, I think that's it's pretty usy.
Now's not the time, Callum. Now's not the time.
It's always the time.
So we're about to see a poor piece of game design here. They're going to go for a wall.
Yep.
Don't ask why. They're just going to do it.
It's not a wall. That's why. It's an
Ah,
illusion.
good point. Well made.
Yeah, there are some interesting design choices, and I do find it really fascinating that they just created some new ones for the Reignited trilogy as well. You know, some more. They thought they really kept that spirit of slightly broken level design.
Oh, Spore dying. Oh, that is rough.
That's the first death of the race. So about 30.06 out of that. Oh no! Oh, that is unfortunate for Spora. Oof. That's gonna be potentially a good amount of that lead lost. Though I think he may still be just a few seconds behind of Deo.
Oh, and he missed that chest too. Oh, that movement is very hard in the overworld. It's very difficult. Deo got it pretty perfect. Spora missed a few things. That is kind of rough.
Spora died on the... Okay. I gotta hold on to this lead, man.
Deo prepping himself, talking himself up.
Shout out Rebel Skull in chat for asking if Hypno was winning.
What do you think the mental effect on these players is? Because they're clearly taking it pretty seriously, especially Deo. What do you think like the mentality is?
Deo struggling with the wizards there coming up high the first climb of high caves as well. Yeah, I mean we talked about Hypnoshark's mentality. I think Hypnoshark. Oh, you see Deo there talking about cycles. Saw one he didn't like and bailed out. You know, you got to be able to shake those mistakes off. You're not going to be able to get anywhere. You're not going to be able to get the time back that you need to make up for it if you're still stuck on that last mistake. You see Dale there abusing the supercharged platform in a way that's really not intended to get over to those chests there. Gets that thief very early. This is the sort of level where you do really start to see the difference between top level and even someone on Hypnoshark's level. Because it's a very different route, and a lot of these very quick movement options, like getting that thief, like the supercharge manipulation, that's things you're only going to see at this top level.
You will see bike caves, which is one of the more notorious supercharges in the game.
Oh god, there are those spiders. I hate them so much.
Fine.
Dale missed the wizard.
Deo misses bike cave because he missed the wizard.
He gets the Super Flame power up. The first version of the Super Flame power up, you'll see the power up portals or the power up gates in.
Oh, and Spora missed it too. We've only got Chris to see if he can get bike caves. Basically, it's keeping the supercharge the entire way through the caves and coming out. He's got it furthest. Oh, maybe.
There we go. He gets all the
beautiful.
That's huge for Chris, because Chris was, 10 to 20 seconds behind. It's a big opportunity for him to catch up.
It could be a big difference maker.
We'll track the times as they come out of this level. Never around saying the mental effect of Spyro 1 on man is not well understood. It has not been studied, and we should really commission that research. So if you want to commission that research, hit donate. And,
yeah, hit donate, guys.
Give us the funds to find out what this amount of running Spyro actually does to the human brain.
Well said, Professor Callum.
I'm pretty sure even if all three of these people do, I don't know, have a power cut people, then someone else will still beat Hypnoshark in this race. But he's going for it, and that's what we love about the man.
It is what we love about the man, and also his creamy thighs.
Fine, a little bit of slop, but I should still be ahead, I'm guessing.
He also, I think we talked about how he's incredibly high level at CTR, minutes and minutes ahead of anyone close to him in any category in that game. and still competitive in a bunch of other, in basically every other SPRASH game, has a reasonable level of skill. To be able to be that good at that many different speed games is incredibly impressive.
It is a phenomenal bout that he's taken on. About, yeah. I'd say it's a challenge, you know. I think he's really put himself to dedicating himself to like speedrunning, just in general. I don't even think it's like a game anymore.
I mean, he was been speedrunning since he was what age?
12 years old. 12. It's been 10 years.
He was a 12-year-old child speedrunning. I was drooling on some Transformers toys when I was 12. I was a slow developer. We're going to see the wizard pick. Beautiful. So what they're doing here is normally you'd have to go around the outside the entire way. But if you use this supercharge and manipulate it very slightly, you can get up there and skip quite a bit of time. Yeah, this is the first big supercharge level with lots of different supercharge strats. A bunch of different platforms. You see Dale going all the way to this long platform here.
Might have missed the blue. I'm going to play this safe.
Would have maybe liked to hit one of those spring chests, but he's doing okay.
Oh, that's why we checked.
And you see just the confidence again of top level that we talked about. He knew he got that 5. He didn't wait for that 5 to home in before doing the death abuse to get back to where he needed to be. And that's just the confidence of having run this game for so long, knowing your own skills, knowing the way the game behaves. And there are still elements of randomness in this game. The way gems pop out of chests is somewhat random, and that can affect the run. Chris with the death abuse there after getting the thief. Spyro's coming up to that as well.
Hypnoshark leaving high caves. He'll still maybe barely be in the same level as the others.
He might make it there in time. But he's still only, 22 seconds behind PB. Oh, Dale struggling with the spring chests.
Dale trying to help out Hypnoshark here.
He's trying to give it to him.
He is going to make it, very barely, but he made it.
That's all that counts, really.
Barely squeaking away with a sub 37 there. All right, hey, whatever.
As long as he can keep it close.
Technically,
And like I say, he told me he'd be happy with anything like 130 in the 134 range. Right now, he's still on pace for a very decent 131.
Incredibly decent 131.
Oh, Dale's struggling with the Crystal Flight portal, also struggling with the one behind the portal.
So yeah, this is Boldar skip. You manipulate the camera to go through the portal. As you're going through the portal, you touch the dragon and you skip the animation. I believe this is one of only 2 that you can skip, but it is a pretty significant time save, especially at top level.
Absolutely, and it is something you will see Hypnoshark doing. Oh, struggling with those crafty wizards. Giving Hypno some trouble. I don't even know what was going on with that one.
Yeah, I don't think he knows either. Look at his face.
Right, here's Crystal Fight. These planes have got to be precision accurate to get them all in one cycle. Chris gets them well. Spore are going to be heading into them here. So yeah, so you double back and then loop around and try and get all these planes, which are up and down respectively, tessellated, if you like, through the sky.
That's a big word for you.
I love a bit of tessellation. It's how they should do the cheese at Subway, but they just never do.
Hopefully I got both of those.
Yeah,
guys.
okay, so we're going into Blowhard, the funniest name in Spyro.
Because I'm not 100%.
This is a relatively straightforward level, but there is one pretty big thing, and that is the middle, the cave. There are platforms going up and down, left and right, and you have to really focus on the cycle. And if you miss your cycle, there is potential you just fall in the water, so you've really got to be careful.
Yeah, you can just die very, very easily missing a cycle here. And again, you've got to get the cycles right. Hit the first stage of Blowhard here. The bosses in Spyro 1, not particularly difficult. Oh, it's great Great cycle there from Dale. You see, that's how it's to be done on those first platforms.
Toast Cat, thank you for the prime.
Yeah, he just absolutely knocks it out of the park.
Dale's pretty comfortably in the lead at this point. I think Spora has fallen a bit behind.
Yeah, say about 15-20 seconds ahead of Chris. But one level can just, you know, take anybody back out. So we'll see.
And a golden blowhard for Dale. He's really firing on all cylinders. I actually didn't even
Getting to
see him
play.
get that last spring chest just before he went up to do the final hit on blowhard. I think it's almost him just checking as well, because he really did that so quickly.
We got the
These two
squish behind
blues
us.
that
Where my
Chris is now
squishers
coming
at?
up to. The first one of these,
Squishers in the chat.
Dale did so quickly, I didn't even register that he got it for sure.
And it feels like forever ago, but Hypnoshark is going to go for Boulder Skip now.
And again, it's a high level trick, but he's got pretty consistent at it. I think he's happy with that one.
Yeah, I think that was pretty textbook for the shark.
You see there, as Dale is now in Beastmakers, the fourth homeworld of the game, of 6. Those electric floor enemies, you're going to see them in this next level, Terrace Village. Terrace Village.
Terrence.
Assuming I'm
Terrence
ahead.
Village.
That's my
Terrence
assumption.
Village.
How far ahead am I? How's Spore and Chris doing?
And,
Also, shout out to all 320 people currently
Where's my
watching the main
cycle?
stream.
yeah, that is outrageous. Thank you all for watching. This race really is so tight. Such a tight race for such a, you know, a polarizing game.
We're so close to 1,000 viewers total across the category.
Are we actually? We are like 900. That is outrageous.
So awesome to see all these runners come out, everyone streaming, a couple people pointing webcams at CRTs. I love them. I love those people
Dude,
especially.
oh my god, hello.
This is
fucking
it's a
trying to go
community
2
event.
cycles
Anyone
behind
is
here at
open
least.
to join,
Very
whether
bad,
you
Terrence.
you were
Yeah,
the
I'm
top
not even
world
gonna
record
read
holder
after
like
this
Dale,
cycle, so
or
bummed.
you'd never run this game before in your life. If you just want to do a, you know, see how fast you can do a casual let's play of 120%, you're welcome to join. And the amount of people that have turned out, it's a real testament to all the work here that you and Sam put into this, and it's a great event for the community. Hopefully, it's something we can do more of.
Definitely gonna have to wait
If
it.
you want them to do more, you got to make it cost a little bit less money for them. So hit that donate.
We would appreciate any support we can get, even if it's just watching and showing it to your dad.
Specifically, your dad, not your mom.
No, not your mum, but your dad.
Especially not for mums.
That's the logo and the slogan, I guess. I don't know.
For dads and sisters, not mums or brothers. I know that's complicated.
It's starting to sound weird. So you're going to be noticing the 3, which aren't Hypnoshark, they're going to be focusing on their lives coming up to the next few hubs. Because there is a trick in Nork that requires you to be at 0 lives. So they are going to be playing pretty on the edge with live management. So there really is a potential towards, you know, getting to the point where they could game over at really any stage.
With a great cycle there from Chris on the electric floor enemies. Those really can trip you up, and as I say, it puts you out of cycle for all the ones that are coming up as well. Oh, Chris taking a hit on that one.
Not the restart, what
Spora
restart?
standing on the
Oh!
electric, apparently.
Chris
What was
taking
that
a-
about?
Wasn't the best Terrace Village
I
ever,
think.
but-
Oh yeah, Spora really struggling on those platforms there. I think Chris slightly missed the cycle he was looking for, so instead rerouted a little bit, went down to where those 3 enemies are that usually, I believe, you get at the end of the route, but he decided to go and get them now before he went for the reattempt, which is some pretty impressive on the fly rerouting.
You really do need to be quick on your feet.
Boyan is back. Thank you for the sub.
I think
Chris, 30
we're
seconds
going to
behind.
come
What
to
about
Wild
Spora?
Flight next.
How are they looking?
Yep, see
Am
Dale
I pulling
into
away
Wild
from
Flight.
Spora as well? Is he catching up?
Again,
This
another
is
one
the
there.
wildest
One,
flight.
catching up by a few
You've got to get the
seconds at least.
cycles right. These bolts and these gates require tight movement. You can bonk on these gates really easily, and obviously when they're above water, that's not what you want to be doing. Moneybag's brother says he wants to donate. Well, there you go. There's the old command for you. Get given.
Moneybags' brother likely to have money, as Moneybags is a thieving bastard.
He is a prick. We won't see him until the next game. I mean, another reason why this is the best Spyro game, it doesn't have moneybags.
True, actually.
They're pretty close, Sword and okay, cool.
So there you go, Dale out of Wild Flight
Just
just as Chris is coming into it.
Perfect.
So you can see Dale opening up a pretty good lead here.
And pull ahead.
There's a reason he's the world record holder. He's getting pretty close to being a 121. Again, I don't know what he's running against, but that Wild Flight, he came out of it. He gained 36 seconds in that Wild Flight. I really need to know what it is he's running against and what happened in Wild Flight.
I have no idea. Not a clue. Genuinely, I have no idea. If anybody does know in chat what Deo is comparing against, please let us know.
And what happened in Wild Flight?
Yeah,
On the
what
things
happened?
Comparing against. Did he die in Wild Flight on his last? You know, is he comparing the last run and it had a terrible, terrible Wild Flight? Well, there we go. He's now into Misty Bog. Now, this is a level where it's very easy to die, very easy to hit the water in some of these glides, and there are a couple of areas with incredibly dense amounts of enemies. One that's affectionately referred to as Guantanamo. We're not quite there yet. But there are also these really satisfying lines of enemies that you can just charge all the way through. Avoiding, and the other thing with these enemies as well, particularly those tree stumps, the animation if you get caught by them is so long, it will cost you multiple seconds getting hit by that one enemy.
Where is he? Fucking the worst cycles ever.
It's the same with Dark Passage and the dogs in that level. You really, really don't want to be hit by those. If you can avoid being hit by any enemy in this game, it's those while you're speedrunning.
Yeah, the enemies in this level are notoriously placed in such an awful position.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see in a little bit coming up here as Dale heads over to that area that contains the most deadly room in all of Spyro.
The Bay.
Except it's not Bay. It's very much not
No,
Bay.
it's not Bay and it's not Woke.
It's not Bay, it's not Bay Bay. It's none of those things.
Ah.
Playing it safe.
But we are coming up to it. Deo Man, pretty big lead now. Pretty big, I think I can say.
Bonk.
Luzuki saying the 122 is a recent run. Yeah, I think that was... We'd run it, we landed on it was definitely some sort of recent run, but I really want to know what happened in Wild Flight. Here we go, Dale approaching, those are just the guards of Guantanamo. And now, dear God, look at all those enemies. What are they doing here? Why are they all just standing around waiting for you to come?
Little cocksucker.
Dale doing pretty well to clean those up.
Did he kill that enemy?
I'm pretty sure he did. I think he got them all.
Don't mind Spore stream. I believe he is having just a slight internet issue,
Still fine.
potentially.
Obviously that wasn't perfect, but
Yeah,
it
he's
was
got the
solid.
500
Like I was
gems, so
saying,
he will
doesn't
have got
to be
all those
perfect,
enemies.
It has to be solid.
You do have to kill every enemy in this game. Well, all the killable enemies anyway, because they will spit out a gem. Spyro 2, they changed that, and then they changed it back in Spyro 3 just to make it nice and confusing.
That enemy was standing on the water. Did you see that? Sporus, it was standing on the water.
It's a run that I got like a while back. It's a 122.
Oh, yep, there he is.
It says at the bottom. They're just some run. It's nothing special. It's just a run that I like to run against. That had a
falls
pretty
in the
bad
water on the way into
first half of the game,
Is he
but a good
Sparksless
second
now
half.
going into
You can tell
Guantanamo?
He is Sparksless.
Bad
He's
first
he's
half.
done it
Oh,
though. He's made it.
Oh, that is nerve-wracking. That's almost... You almost consider death abusing there to avoid going into
I see
Guantanamo with
122.46
sparks.
at the bottom. in case they
Luckily,
can't.
you do get one fodder as you go into treetops, so it's not the end of the world. And speaking of treetops, we're going to be seeing some more supercharges. There is a skip that you can make once Deoman has done this part of the route. You can do a skip to get over to a dragon, which we need to go all the way around for. It saves quite a lot of time.
Yeah, the skips in this level are kind of insane. Especially the one right, you'll see the one right at the end of the level as well.
I like
You know,
that
the
if we
death
can
abuse for
continue
Dale.
that trend here. I should have
As
gone
you
for the
mentioned, they're going to be
swag, but
managing their lives
I'm keeping
all
it
the way
safe.
to the end.
Deoman obviously
Hypno,
makes it.
he's managed to claw back about 6 seconds since
I really
Blowhard.
do not trust that I got all.
Yeah, I forgot Hypnoshark was here.
Literally taking every
But he's doing
precaution I
great.
can right now,
I'm very
because
proud of
like I
him.
said, I don't trust
Well, you
anything,
do, Misty
don't trust
Bog. He's going to be
myself,
coming up to
don't
Guantanamo
trust the
pretty soon.
government, and I especially don't trust these fucking gems.
Whether you're a top level runner or just rocking a 130, it can and will decide your fate.
It'll end your life.
I made it more PC.
I mean, in the game, it can end your life. But then
Sure,
you've got
yeah,
more,
yeah.
so okay.
I just thought you meant like in real life.
No,
Oh, okay, cool.
not if you've got the mentality of these top runners.
Of course, and mentality is a word that goes synonymous with Hypnoshark.
Shout out Moneybags brother for the donation. Yeah, fun thing we didn't realize is the alerts will show up in Hypnoshark's box rather than on this actual stream.
But you will still get to see them and get your recognition, so we appreciate you. Thank you.
Unless he's just turned them off.
Solid.
Nah.
That's all I have to say.
That was a very, very solid treetops from Deo. Slowly creeping up on 121 pace, which would be an outstanding run to get in a race like this.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be an insane pace to be getting. But I'm focused in on Hypno stopping for a gem there. I'm really focused on how he's going to do in Guantanamo because I think that's going to set the tone for the back half of this run for him.
Whatever, we lived.
As we see Dale all the way in Metalhead already.
What's up, Aunt Jan? Welcome.
And here goes our last Guantanamo of the race. Goes in on blue sparks. Oh, not even troubling him.
Oh my god, he didn't even take a hit.
Didn't even take a hit.
Wow, that is impressive.
But then bonks on the stairs. You love to see it.
Yeah, there's always a problem. Chris taking a death there. I don't think he got enough height. He might have screwed up very slightly.
Oh, look at that supercharge though.
That was glorious.
And that's a very different route from what you're going to see Hypnoshark take. He'll be doing a slightly older strat of trying to get the supercharge up that wall there behind the portal to get up to that extra area.
That's not the older strat. That is the normal strat. I think Chris failed to do so.
Oh, I see. Interesting. So that was a backup from Chris.
Yes, but what a backup it was.
Yeah, that's the second time now we've seen him execute some pretty great backup strats. And you'll see from Metalhead here, you got to hit all those pylons that are controlling him, powering him,
I don't know.
shooting at him.
It's not really explained. They do damage to you, so I don't. Do they do damage to him? I don't know.
There we go, Dale, very clean on the old Metalhead. And this is very much, at this stage, it feels like Dale's race to lose. And that's exactly what you'd expect from the world record holder.
Yeah, when you have a 2-minute advantage on the competition, it feels like you should win. But again, top level, it's more polarizing. It's a lot harder to keep up if you're just on a bad day. Oh,
exiting Metalhead at 54. Oh no! That's a crushing death for Spora. Getting kicked off into the water there, right back to the beginning of the level.
That is rough.
That's bullshit.
It's not what you want. It's just not what you want. So he's going to pick up these enemies here and then finally go in and actually tackle the boss.
That has given Chris time to catch up. They are now neck and neck, second and third.
All right, 55. Hey, still a 54 for having such
There you
again.
go, 54, 50
bad
beast
early
makers.
Game here. I mean, it wasn't like that, but it was just not a good pace in the early game. But the mid game, solid, not perfect,
Dale.
not as fast as it could be, but solid. 54
The
is
other's going
definitely
to be looking to try and
within
get a 55 if they can.
good. It's good. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Well, that might be a tall ask for Chris and Spora at this point. Leans on Metalhead Chris. And now Spora's going to go down for that second phase, hitting all the pylons.
Just
Very
for the record, Adam,
Close.
the 5th place on the leaderboard, 4th best in this race. He is pretty much tied with the other two.
Why does that have
Really,
to happen?
the race for top 3 is
So that's the
ever present, really.
It's hot.
Things are hotting up.
I don't know if they're hotting up. I think they're already hot.
Oh, they're hotting up. I don't know.
I missed the gem.
Orange
What
Deity
gem
asking
did I miss?
when are they going to play Spyro
The
2? When is Spyro 2, Kieran?
Spyro 2 is in 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks' time. Next week's going to be Crash 3, the first of the Crash trilogy. You're going to be seeing a different Spyro or Crash platforming game for the next
missed the
6
blue?
weeks.
Okay.
For the next
I'll look
7
when I exit
weeks.
the level.
There is
Remind me.
Thanksgiving weekend. We are not doing it.
That's right.
I hate that I have to like.
And
take
then
that
a
fucking
final
advice. I'm,
Sprash
like,
Vector
totally
at the end
cheating
for
by,
the
like,
top
taking
runners
your
from
advice,
all 6
but It is
races.
what it is.
2 weeks' time to practice. That's the right attitude, Orange Deity. I think. Yeah, can you what would be the best place to send them to? You will see the sign up in the Hypnoshark channel at some point.
The sign up will be in chat immediately after this race for any previous race. So Crash 3 will be immediately after this, and then Spyro 2 will be immediately after the Crash 3 race. But it will be on Twitter, it'll be in the Discord, it'll be really everywhere. You'll be hard stuck to miss it. And if you do miss it, just shoot me a DM.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to get as many people as possible in all of these races. So it doesn't matter if you've never done speedrunning before, if you're, nowhere near the top spot, just get involved. Have fun. Do a casual playthrough of Spyro 2 or, Spyro 3 if you really feel like it. I wouldn't though, but
Yeah, I would advise against it, but it's a lot of fun. I think this format really lends itself to all types of players, and the top level are good content. They're good to watch. I think this is proof of that with how absolutely tight this is.
yeah, I mean, we talk about mentality. I think you can see it on Dale's face right now. He is absolutely locked in. Because I think he senses this could be a really good time. Like, not even just for the race, but overall, this is a really good run.
Yeah, I think at the start he was talking about being like nervous and
It's not like the end of the world.
not knowing how well he's going to do in this race, but I think he's come around to it. He's taken the race side out of it and
I got the blue.
turned it into
Dude,
just a good
why?
run, and now he's really running with
Why
that.
you like? Okay. All right, I
Yeah,
got the
it
blue.
hasn't been
apparently.
the
I didn't think I
cleanest
missed
haunted
it.
towers. He is sparkless now
Did
as
you
well.
like check the VOD or something?
So
Dude,
I
why are
don't
you,
know
like,
where he's going to be coming out
How
of
could
this.
you watch my stream for so? I mean, never mind. I don't
Again,
need to get on
it
your
does
case,
feel
I
like
mean,
we're just
really?
commentating on Dale being on a really good pace run at this point.
It's fine, whatever.
So he's finishing
I mean,
up
should I
haunted
look
towers.
anyways? Like, I'm fucking scared now.
Where is he going to be? Yeah, still 30 seconds ahead. So he's
Alright, well, I'm gonna
lost
trust that I
about
got- it
9
didn't look
seconds
like
in
I
the last
missed
2
it,
levels,
and
but
you're telling me that
he's
I didn't miss
still,
it now, so I'm just gonna, just gonna keep going.
1:22.1 pace.
But hey, maybe we can both learn something from this. Please, to
It's a
anyone
dark
who's watching right
passage.
now, first time
From
viewer,
the look
long-time
of
viewer,
the splits
don't,
on for
even if
Dale,
you're
you can do
100%
either
sure,
dark
don't
passage or
ever
icy
tell
flight
me
at
that
this
I missed
point.
a gem. I don't want to hear it. Because even if you're right, I still feel bad because it's like a chat assist. That's
Yeah,
like cheating.
Dark Passage.
Yeah,
So
that's
Dark
coaching.
Passage
So
has
please,
a
to anybody in the future,
big
who
tendency
feels
of being
like, "Oh,
very
man, this is a
cycle
just
based
don't,"
because you
unless
have
you're, like, just
the
trying to troll me or
little
something.
Joker,
But,
Joker
I mean,
guys with
I'm
lamps.
stressed out
I don't
enough
know what they're called.
anyways, you know,
I also
please,
don't
like,
care.
spare me the backseating, you know,
They
please.
every now and then they'll go off
And
and
it's
then they'll
okay
go
to
on.
take
And when they're
it fine,
off,
just, you know,
you have big scary monsters.
fine. This is just let this be
And
a learning
they
lesson to
are
everyone.
pretty hard to beat, pretty hard to get past. So you want to make sure they're off they're on as much as possible.
The kind of turtley enemies, you can't kill them while they're in their off states. So you really got to get the cycles right. Those dogs, when they get into their larger form, the big red with the
No, it doesn't
scary
disqualify runs, but it
teeth.
feels dirty. It's like
Those are the
literal
enemies
coaching,
again
like
I was talking
mid-run.
about
Like,
earlier. That
it's
if you
something
get
that if I didn't have
if
a
you get
200
swallowed by
viewer
one of
stream,
those, that is a
like, I wouldn't have
really
that luxury.
significant time
So
loss for just
I
one
don't
hit.
want people to look at my run and be like, oh well, this may be a good run, but you know, just because he has
They'll
a big
have
stream.
no trouble
you
with
guys see
them.
what I'm saying? It's just unfair.
And we were saying, will Sam
It's
be able
unfair
to
to
stay in the
everyone
same
else that
level
I get
as
all the
these
help,
other
you know?
three runners throughout this race? But at this point, it's will any of the other runners be able to be in the same level as Dale?
Yeah, I think it is
Learning
a
experience.
him
It's all
versus
good.
them
It won't be the last time people tell me I missed a
sort of
gem,
race
so
at this point.
for those of you who hear it now, hopefully you know, don't do it. That's all I can hope for.
Appel in chat saying that someone told Dale he was ahead, and Dale said he didn't want to hear it. He doesn't want to know that. Doesn't want to know how he's doing.
I believe it was something to do with a gem. But regardless, these guys have competitive integrity. These guys, they are doing it for the love of the game. There's no hatred. It's all love, really.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing with most speedrunning communities that I've found so enjoyable to get involved in is how collaborative it is, how community focused it is. These guys are really just doing it because they love these old games, which is
Yeah, I think I'm winning.
it's always amazing to see. Well, Spora is in the same level as Dale, so that's good. They're both in Dark Passage. Or Hypno's Dark Passage, if you're watching his stream, as he's finishing up Horny Towers.
We got to talk about his splits. They're a problem.
I think they're incredible. Not just... I mean, have I contributed? I think Cliff Richard time was me.
Yeah, it sounds like something you do.
I think I've made more of an impact on his Spyro 2 splits, so I'll come back in 2 weeks. Those split changes cost a lot of channel points.
Oh,
We
man.
can't all have as
They
many
really
channel
do.
points as you, Kieran.
Yeah, 307k and counting.
We're good.
I'm
That jump
counting.
isn't as bad as some of the other recovery jumps.
That is 10 times as many channel points as I
That's
have.
scary though.
Get owned.
I'll go left.
Oh, Hypno is absolutely not that far behind. This is a very respectable time. Like I say, this run would be... Because he PB'd by... What, like 40 seconds? I've got the time here. It was 1:31:34. So his previous PB is 39 behind what he's currently comparing to.
Yeah.
So that last split in Beastmakers, and certainly pretty much all through this race, he is pretty much on PB pace as of 24 hours ago.
He could also, if things go well,
Don't say it. Don't say it.
PB.
I know what you're going to say.
He could PB. Maybe.
We can't put it out there.
His Jock was improvable in his PB. So
It's safe.
genuinely 16 seconds is not too much to be able to grab back.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he might get loot playing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. No, of course he's not going to get a loot
Yeah,
plane.
guys, don't worry.
He
about it. Like,
might.
it's fine, like,
No shot.
the gem shit.
I did
I'm
try
not-
to
I'm
convince
not
him
worried
that he
about
should
it. I'm just trying to
do
focus on the run.
proper credit
And I hope you
skip
guys are
for
enjoying
the
the
first
stream,
time in this
all
race.
things aside.
That
I know I'm
would be
not, like,
content.
really talking right
He
now.
did
It really
but-
proves if he's a content guy or
If you're enjoying the run, I hope you're
if
enjoying
he's
this
a
as well. You
speedrunner.
guys are
Yeah.
really cute, and I love you.
I think sadly, he's a speed guy. He's a speed boy.
Sadly, smadly, whatever.
Just a quick update, by the way. 1K viewers across the category.
Let's go, guys.
This
Congratulations.
isn't, this isn't just about this channel, and obviously this channel and this stream is doing amazing, but for the whole community to get 1,000 viewers is huge. So
It's putting SPRASH on the map, and that's really what we're trying to aim for. We're trying to get the community, you know, benefits, because this community has been underlooked for so long, and just trying to make a big change and do some help.
I'm just, you know, while we're watching these guys running through a homeworld, take a minute to appreciate yourselves and appreciate all the runners. I'm currently scrolling down just to see what games we can make fun of that we now have more viewers than. FIFA 22.
Oh yes,
I mean,
lads.
the safe thing would
Get
be to not do that, but I'm just gonna do it. Why
destroyed.
not? I've gone for so many safe strats. I might
Heroes
as
of
well
the
do
Storm.
YOLO
That's
route.
still a game. Yep. That had £1 million esports tournament at one point. Less viewers than us.
Again, we're the goats. So we're in Lofty Castle. Lofty Castle is very route driven, very different depending on who's doing it. You'll see very soon a quick damage abuse strat. It's a wild route. It's hard to explain until you see it. So I guess you're going to see it.
And when we were saying, you know, right at the beginning, we were saying this is a very, most of the levels are very linear in Spyro 1. Lofty is the exception. It's not particularly linear at all. It's a kind of spiral route, which means there's a lot of options for speedrunners to be able to take different routes, optimize, and really figure out the best way to get through, get all those gems, get all those dragons.
Really is the antithesis of linear. It's my favorite level as well.
You're a big Lofty guy?
Big Lofty guy. I also like the music.
I mean, the music does slap. Shout out Stuart Copeland.
I'm not going for that. I'm gonna go
Just
for extended super
if you mention Stuart Copeland, the 5 people are gonna DM you.
Probably won't. It's fine.
Why?
I should still have the lead, even if it's like a second
It's a
price.
whole thing. Copyright, whatever.
Yeah, but then he took it down off Spotify, and I'm mad because I can't listen to it. So,
Oh, you should DM Stuart Copeland.
do you know I have?
Have you
I haven't
actually?
DM'd him. I tweet at him about once a month, asking when it's going to come back to Spotify. He
That's-
never responds.
Yeah, no wonder.
Yeah, we got a bunch of new emotes, Odette. Now is a better time than ever to sub. I'm trying to get up to 800. We're currently at 700.
So Icy Flight for Chris here. Has Dale done Icy Flight yet? I might have lost track.
He has. Yes, he has. Here comes the supercharge. This is big. This is a big moment.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, this is insane. It's insane. He's cracked.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh my god.
He cuts it off early. He doesn't want to.
Thankfully, it
He
wasn't.
doesn't want to
death,
kill
so
himself with
That's like pretty much what I expected. to be honest.
with a bad supercharge, but he's saved it. It was a very good supercharge for what it's
Just grab
worth.
him now than later, even if you have to wait.
Absolutely. He carried that momentum for so far.
So compared to like my version of like a safer route, this
And
is
now he's
using,
gonna
like,
clean up the
10-ish
rest of the
seconds
level.
from all this movement here, but ideally you'd bounce up to that area early.
And are we going to see... I don't think we'll see Hypnoshark go for it, but will we see the other two go for the proxy?
We should do, I believe. Unless anything gets in the way.
Yeah, just cleaning up that area there. Moving over to this central area with the key chest, the last couple of fairies. There is one fairy they're just going to leave locked up in here, which is pretty cool. You see Dale getting the only 1 gem spring chest in the entire game.
Thank
I
you,
think that
Roxy
might be the
Lady,
most
and,
common
someone just
Spyro
subbed right
trivia.
now? I think I missed it. I'll
I
take a
think
look
so.
after the run. Thank you, though.
You see Dale has lost a little bit of time there, but he's still very up on the race, but has lost a bit of time in his run. But a couple of golds in this for Dale, which really just shows how insane this run is. You know, as a one-off run, resetless, he's hit 2 golds. This is the guy who holds the world record.
It's a phenomenal sight.
Let me see who subbed. TM Sliff.
It's about 1-9 into Jax for Dale. We'll try and mark the time for the other two to see
Tier 1 as well.
how they're doing. It looks like
Thanks for the support, guys.
Spore is about 15 seconds ahead of Chris.
Let's see if we can clutch out the
Hypnoshark's
rest
still
of this
here as
run.
well. Plugging away. Any other updates from around the competition? You were watching Adam as well. Kieran?
Not that I'm aware of. Let me check how Adam is doing.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of people still in Beastmakers. You know, that's okay. Take your time. We'll be waiting. I mean, we won't. We absolutely categorically won't. We will not be waiting for the final runner to complete. It's not like the London Marathon where somebody stays around to the very end, which I always think is... God, you really got the shit end of the straw, that one, didn't you? Oh, Chris having a lot of trouble with that balloon enemy.
Adam, a bit behind Chris and Spora now, but not too far behind. But it is currently
Chat is best chat, and I'll
Deo,
see you later,
Spora,
man.
and then
It was nice
Chris
having
in that order.
It's just a privilege to get to watch all these racers doing their thing together and seeing these guys match up against each other. I believe I get to call a Dale Man run. It's just, that's special. The hero of GDQ. Your mother's favorite Spyro runner, Dale Man. Certainly my mother's favorite. I don't know about yours, Kieran.
Yeah, my mother loves Spyro runners, I guess. I don't know.
For the sake of the bit, yes, she does.
Do you know my mother, do you?
Should be good online.
I mean, if I have to say yes, then
Stop,
Then
stop,
yes.
stop it.
Sam told us to be loose. I don't think that's what you had in mind.
Is everything, but I'll be careful when I exit.
But I'm having fun, Kieran. I hope you're having fun.
I am having fun with you,
Solid.
my favorite
I hope you're-
Scottish person.
I hope now we're like over an hour into this thing, your stress levels have come down a little bit.
Nope, I am still highly on edge.
But it's happening now.
Yeah, that's what's got me on
A
edge.
really solid run so
Oh,
far,
dear.
especially considering a bad first half. Nick Astolfos, thank you
You
so
should
much.
just
for
try
the sub.
chilling
I love
out,
you.
man.
22 months, you're almost up to the rainbow badge. Cute, very cute.
Have
So
you tried
let's see if
that?
we can clutch it out.
Being
We could still
chill?
definitely fall behind if I'm.
I've
if I'm like a
tried.
minute ahead,
I've
and I
definitely
skip and
tried.
skip, well, you know, I can
We're
still
going into
do it.
North
So
Nexus.
it's
This
not
is
a
the
foregone
final
conclusion
hub. There are
at all.
4
I have to
levels
keep
left for
focused, and we
Deo.
gotta clutch it out.
One fun little thing that you have to do in both Cove and Harbour,
I'm guessing I
you
might be
need to
more
leave
than
through
a
the
minute
vortex at the
ahead
end.
at this point, but I'm not sure. Depending on how well Spore
A lot of people, especially beginners,
Definitely
they
have, like, a
will
perfect
not do that, and they will
beginning that makes me solid.
absolutely lose like 5 minutes just to that.
Yeah, the only levels if you're doing Toasty Wall Glide, they're the only 2 levels you need to leave through the vortex for it to work. Dale just running around North Cove, taking out these
Very
big
cool.
guys, stripping them down to their pants,
Oh my god,
just how
that's
Kieran
fun.
likes them.
I will be careful. exiting
Jesus
the way,
Christ.
though. I'll be able to see when I go up towards the vortex if I got it or not. It wasn't blue. Hey, Pander.
People saying Chris left a dragon. Where did he leave a dragon?
I am unsure. I have no idea.
I didn't
Yes, I
spot it.
forgot
Hoping
about that. Don't worry.
people will tell us. Oh,
It is hard to watch 4 streams at once. I will be honest.
and Chris struggling with the guys here that he needs to get across to that final area of,
Oh my god.
of
Pander.
Jacques. Had to go back for this platform here. He's now on.
Yeah.
Never mind, he
luckily-
picked up after him. Yeah, maybe he knows the route better than you. You ever thought about that?
Sorry.
Not you.
Oh,
people.
okay, cool.
Just mocking someone in chat. Never mind. Mari wants you to pick a number between 1 and 10.
I'm not doing this bit. I'm not doing it.
What's the bit?
We're coming into the underground of North Cove now.
Mario, I want to know what the bit is. I'll pick
We're
a
going into
number.
the underground of North Cove now. Deo, he has like a very, I don't know, he doesn't pick up the key, and I think that's fine because you don't need to pick up the key because you just use a barrel here, but something in me is just like, what if he screws it up? What if he misses the chest?
But he's Dale. He's not going to screw it up. And there he goes.
But then why not just grab the key?
Save precious milliseconds.
Check my
True.
account before entering the.
Yeah, you'll absolutely see Hypnoshark grab the key every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
Yeah, true. Very true. Incredibly true.
Yeah, we're good.
He's happy with that lofty castle there. You saw that little
That was a
fist
good
bump?
cove, actually, really good cove. Waxy Larry, thank you for the sub. Welcome.
Just keeping it even. He did lost a little bit of time in Dark Passage.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where the time's gone, but it's
You love to see a cove like that.
he's probably not gonna PB anymore, even if he does get loot plane. Loot plane we'll talk about once we get to it.
Yeah.
How far ahead of Spora am I?
But again,
30
he's
minutes
only
ahead of Chris.
3
What about
seconds
Spora?
up behind where his PB was
Ooh,
less than
okay,
24
I'm
hours
gonna
ago.
wait this.
Or less than 24 hours ago.
Funky.
So, you know, cut him some slack. He's still working. You did see a lot of these guys streaming earlier today as well, just to warm up for the race. Hypnoshark's put a lot of time in to Spyro 1 this past week.
Thank you.
Oh, but I think one day this week he's been practicing Spyro 1.
Spora and Cove. Okay, so he's probably like still around a minute behind. Yeah, he must have had a pretty solid.
Taking
game
it seriously.
week.
There's North Cove for Chris and for Spora. And Twilight Harbor for Dale, which is the last, I guess you could call it, normal level of the game. So
Yeah, I
we
suppose
are
so.
going to-
You are going to see now a bit of backtrack
Good
in
point.
Harbour. We spoke about
Cove is
backtrack
really
not
level.
being
He's,
much
like,
of a
at the
thing in
start
Spyro
of
1.
Cove
It
when
is
he said
here.
that, then, yeah, that adds
Quite a lot of it as well. You're going to use the supercharge, and you're going to make sure to death abuse. Now, lives are crucial coming into the next level, so you need to make sure that you have the correct life count. And this is just exceptional from Deo.
So good. He's going to loop around to get all these gems. And he makes it look so easy, but controlling the movement in this supercharge is really not that easy. It's very difficult.
No, it's very hard, and he's absolutely massively done that.
But yeah, he's in that final normal level, just the boss level, and then loot to go after this. We're really into the vinegar strokes of this race.
Waited.
Oh,
Nope, nothing.
I don't know what you said. Vinegar strokes?
I did say we were into the vinegar strokes of the race.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what that? Oh my god.
This will have to be a conversation we have off stream.
Well, see, the vinegar strokes are when, you know, you're spending some time by yourself.
Okay,
And,
we're going into Nork. This is the final boss of the game.
This were PB face, I wouldn't be doing that, but
You know, there's a lot of tricks that you can do here, but the biggest one. Do you want to talk about credit skip?
Yeah, there's a credit skip.
all right.
Yep.
Cool.
So, if I can get
No,
first
when they
right
defeat
credit
this
skip,
boss, they're
then-
going to take a
then I
hit.
win,
They're going to,
basically.
yeah, as you say, they're going to manipulate their lives down
If I
to
fuck up
0.
this trick and
They're going to
die,
manipulate
then
their
Spora might
sparks
be able to
to
make
be
the comeback. Maybe.
to be
I might
sparkless
still
for the
give
final
them a
hit,
chance at it, who
and
knows?
then they're going to kill Nasty and go out
I'm
of
just
bounds
really
and
hoping I don't
drown
shoot,
themselves
to be honest.
at the same
It's not
time
like- I wish
as
I had
Nasty
more
is
confidence
killed,
than
skipping
that.
the credits.
It's like, yeah, we're
and
gonna
saving
get this,
themselves
but
a bunch
in
of time.
reality, I'm just hoping I don't fuck it up, and that's like a bad mental place to be.
Hypnoshark,
well explained.
meanwhile, is just going to play with his
Like,
disc
I'm just
crate
gonna try my
and
best, it's
save slightly less
All good.
time.
I've been playing good up
Yeah,
to this point, so I just
there is a
maintain
different
this
way
level
of doing it,
confidence in the
but we'll get to
gameplay
that
and
once
the game.
Hypnoshark gets to that.
I'm gonna shut up now.
And we will be staying with this stream until Hypnoshark is finished. He's finished up Jax. Pretty disappointing Jax. Lost another 10 seconds. But again, still very much ahead of his prediction of a 130, 134 and being happy with. He said he'd be very happy with a 133. you know, he's on pace for 131 still.
Yeah, 131.
So 131, I think Hypnoshark can be very, very happy with. So here we go. We're going to this final second stage of Nasty. Again, this is the final boss of the game, everybody. This is the final boss.
Not the final level, though.
But we've been waiting, you know, he's been built up throughout the whole game, and it takes 2 hits to kill him. So, well, there he goes.
That was a beautiful start. And
Gets
he's
him.
flamed it perfectly.
There
That
you go.
was brilliant.
We're good.
And that's how you do credit skip. You game over just after killing Nasty.
We're good. Oh my
Skip
God,
the
my heart's
credits.
racing, dude.
And now there's just one more level
It's
left.
racing.
This is the final that's the final dragon.
Oh my God,
80
so
dragons
happy.
total. And he's now
Close
going to
it
go
out.
for the
We're not
final.
done
I think
yet.
it's 4,000 gems in that in loot.
2,000. Yeah, no, 2,000.
2,000. Okay.
I think so.
See if we can PB these splits, man. It looks like we're on PB. Or
This is sort of a
split
pseudo
PB
flight
pace.
level as
My
well. You
actual
get
PB is a 121.02, so
full
we are a
flight,
minute
though
and a
you're-
half off my PB, but that's still a pretty good.
how high
Yeah,
you
for
can
how
fly,
nervous
your
and
altitude.
sketchy I
That's the
playing
word I
at
was
the
looking
start
for.
of this run for
There
being
you
Is
go.
capped
nervous
until
today,
various points on the
intensely
level until you get
frustrated.
to climb the stairs and
I
then take
really,
off. So
you
you'll
know,
see
I really
again, this is kind of a
persevered, I think, on this
spiraling
run.
level.
I pulled it out of the dumps, you know. By the time we were in, you know,
we'll see them
Magic
go for,
Crafters, Beast Maker, each home
for
world just
plane
felt more
here.
and more
Loot
comfortable.
plane just saves a bunch of time.
And you really love to see that.
It
you
was
should
only,
love that
only
cameraman
recently
up there.
found as well.
Another bit of camera manip there from Dale to try and to trigger that firework early.
So yeah, spinning Spyros in the chat if you've been enjoying this run. If you were rooting for me, this one's for you.
And you can see Chris. That's just
Hopefully I
Chris
didn't say that
finishing
earlier.
up
I am gonna. Don't worry, I will
Twilight
check the
Harbor,
gem count
and
before I
Spora just behind him.
go through the thing.
Yeah, it's still very tight between these two. So surprisingly tight.
So 121.12 into the portal for Nasty for Chris. And I think Spora might actually be ahead now.
Spore is ahead by
Yeah,
just
ahead by
just about
5.
10 seconds.
Yeah, 10-12 seconds. And that is the difference between, what is it, $40 and $20?
It is
prize money?
a 20 buck difference.
It's twice as much. 100%.
Wow. Loot plane is going to... Of course he gets it. Damn, man. This is just a victory lap, really.
Yeah, this is... He's probably not going to get... He's not going to get the 121. But this is going to be a very nice 122.
And by the way, one more shout out to all of
think
the
at this
new
point.
viewers here from maybe from Hypno's stream or anywhere else.
Which is an incredible
Anyone who's
time. A
just
time that
general
would be
SPRASH enjoyer.
third on the
Enjoyed this
leaderboards.
first race of SPRASH League.
If it was
I
a
know
diff-
I
if it
did.
was a
This
separate
nail
runner.
biter for me.
If he gets a 122. Only 2 men have ever got
A little sloppy. It's
a
okay.
122
Again,
or
gotta check the
lower.
gem count when I exit.
Dale Man and
Keep it
Saboom.
together, man. But we're about at the end here.
Not sure what happened with those firework chests there. I don't know if... I think Dale had to hit them a second time to get the chain reaction going.
He did, but he didn't have to take any damage the second time. That is... GG for Deo. 122.30. Fantastic run. That was phenomenal. What a way to show up on the day.
That would be third on the leaderboards if it was a runner that wasn't Dale, because he has a better time already. Which is incredible. Just incredible to bust that out in a race setting. As we see both Chris and Spora in the final stage of Nasty. So we'll see them both go for credit skip. Here goes Chris. And he's going to get it as well. Yep. Perfectly executed.
Oh!
Spora
Spora
struggling.
misses it. And he game over, so he has to go back. Oh, that is rough.
It doesn't let me. It literally doesn't let me.
Oh no. That is the problem with credit skip, is if you do miss it like that, it's such a big time loss. And that's why you won't see Hypnoshark go for it, even though he has been practicing it. We know he's been practicing it. We know he's thinking about that as something to implement for his route. But yeah, he didn't manage to get. So he's gonna have to go back to the first phase as well.
Just for the record, this gives Adam, who is, as I've mentioned multiple times, gives Adam a chance to potentially get third place in this race.
Yeah, let's take a look at how he's doing.
He is just entering loop now, so this is a big turn of events. So unfortunate for Spora.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye and see how that goes. Chris and Spora have been back and forth all the way through this, which has been a real delight to see these two top runners going blow for blow, and then seeing Deoman bust out an exceptional high level time. Couldn't really ask for anything better. And there you go. Spora now finishing up nasty. He's going to head into loot.
Loot plane coming from Chris. Does he get it? He doesn't get it. So he's going to have to go through the normal way and then turn back at the end of this tunnel.
That's a big opportunity for Adam to get loot plane and catch up.
Deoman showing the Hypnoshark, showing him in all his glory.
I don't know what Deo seems a little confused what to do now that he's won the race.
You won, man. You did it.
He could just jump. He could jump in.
Yeah, done. No, race time was being. It's fine. It's fine. We'll let him know afterwards.
I'm trying to watch Adam, but I've got an ad on his stream, so that's helpful.
That's great. Yeah.
Chris cleaning up here, and Adam's entering into the final room. He's hitting those firework chests, but he is about 20 seconds ahead of Chris. He started a bit earlier, so I think Chris is going to be able to take second. But I think that's going to be Adam taking third.
That will be Adam taking third.
126.43, 126.32 for Chris. Yeah, 126.43.
GG to Chris. Well done.
And we'll see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Adam's going to be our third place, and then we'll see where Spora ends up.
I feel fired up, Bob, and I'm happy for the Dragon World, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my Dragon days butting heads with Nasty Nork and his weird minions. What's a minion? Never mind.
Spora closing up
I
now.
missed that plane, and I think
Yeah, but he
that
is going to
was-
be fourth place for Spora probably, unless someone else
that
finishes.
was,
We're keeping an eye on
Adam beat me.
the race elsewhere.
Hilarious.
Deo just absolutely losing it.
Oh, dude, that fucking last plane was so shit. Can't believe that.
I don't know what Dale's talking about, but he's animated as always.
He is rather animated, probably because he won and probably because race time GG just didn't work. But that's okay, that's fine. We know he won. And then we
Shout out-
Spora
shout out
finishes.
Gary.
Oh, looks
Shout
like
out Gary
Dale
for
won.
finishing with a
Of course he did.
127.54. Good for you, buddy.
Very well done.
He forgot to GG.
We'll see other people coming across the line. And Spora 127.3 127.3x it was. Didn't quite see because there was a cat in the way. Sparks always doing what you don't want them to do. But yeah, that's we're just waiting on Hypnoshark, and he has beat Nasty Nork.
He has. We are about to see poverty credit skip.
So yeah, you would be skipping all of this cutscene. You know, you didn't see this from Deo or Chris or Spora.
What will you do next? I'd say the sky's the limit.
Some disc tray manipulation going on. He's about a minute ahead of PB, but still on for a 131. And really hope to see Hypnoshark bring home the 131 here. I believe. Maybe he can get Loot Plane and just smash Loot Plane.
Imagine.
Imagine.
I have faith. He's gonna get it. You know what? You told me not to say earlier. I'm saying it. He's gonna get it.
You think he's getting it?
He's getting it.
And he's still got a chance to finish top 5 here. No one else appears to have finished. So far, we've just got Deo, Adam, Chris, and Gary who have finished. I'm looking for Gary on the leaderboards. I don't know if he has a different name.
Spore.
Oh, Gary is Spora. Okay.
Yeah.
127.38, so 127. Yeah, I mean, because we saw these guys on stream, they had a slightly different time, I think, than we see on the race time GG. So Chris did finish ahead of Adam. Deo. Oh, Spore with the GGs. We'd love to see it. Here goes Hypnoshark. Into loot. Cleaning up this last level.
Just quickly, sorry, for the record. Adam, I was just checking his timer. He actually came second. He came second by 13 seconds.
Did he?
He did, yeah. Because Adam's timer on his stream doesn't have the delay that Chris did.
Oh, it doesn't have the 22.
No. They both started on menu select, but Adam came second. Man.
Adam actually got like a 126.21.
Whilst Deo is still... I won, but I can't type.
So our top 3, Deo, Adam, Chris. Spora coming in 4th. Again, no one else is... Oh, Kate Lady finishing with a 131.32 takes 5th place.
Very well
Katie
done.
Lady.
GG's.
And Zachary Lawrence finishing just behind with a 131.43.
Oh, ZL finished. Nice.
There's Yes Wally coming in at 131.50. Not happy with that time, but it's a good time. That's 7th place for Yes Wally. 4 minutes lost to credit skip. And ZL got a PB. The first try credit skip. And here's Hypnoshark finishing up 131. It is going to be a 131. Shout out to Hypnoshark. 131.50.
GG's.
So that's going to put him...
Well done.
We'll adjudicate the milliseconds with Yes Wally, but he's going to be about 7th place. New Jar finishing 2 with a 132.14. Congratulations to him. Them.
We're gonna get Hypnoshark in the call.
Yeah, we are.
So he can close out the stream for us. But GG's to everyone who has finished. GG's to Dale for winning the race, Adam and Chris for 2nd and 3rd. Commiserations to Sporo for 4th. But even still, that is a lot of points. And you know, 4th isn't bad. Nobody's ever going to complain about 4th.
How far do the points go down?
How far did the point? What do you mean?
How many people get points?
Everybody will get some amount of points. It just scales from first to last.
Well, there you go. So finishing is worthwhile.
Finishing just gets you points. It's just how it works.
Let's check in on Iron Spider, because I know, speaking of people who'd never done a speedrun before, Iron was one of those people. So I want to check in and see how they're doing.
That was really, really solid, actually.
Once we get through the ads.
Let me ask the shark to join the call. Hold on 1 second.
Don't really know what's going on with Iron's timer, but he's in night flight. So you go, Iron. Good for you. We appreciate you taking part. Yes, Wally with a 131.48. With, oh dear. With, nearly 4 minutes lost in Nasties to credit skip, it looks like. So it would have been a much more competitive time. But them's the breaks in a race.
They are the breaks. And speaking of the breaks, Hypnoshark here.
Hello, hello, hello. That was an event, wasn't it? My
You
God.
you broke the world and my ankles. How was it, mate?
It was good. I was happy with my run. I'm happy with how the event's gone. I know why Deo can't type, by the way. I'm not sure if you guys figured it out while I was
No.
just finishing off. The reason why is because when you forced start, me and Deo were the only people not ready.
Oh, nice.
Ah,
So that's something to look at for the future. But yeah, I think that was the only problem we had technically wise. I was really happy with my run. I think most people are going to be happy with their runs. I think. I mean, Deo getting a 122 is mental.
Yeah, that's
Zach
insane.
PB'd.
Zach Pitt, what did he get?
131. Do you have the
43.
time? 43.
130, 142.
Shout out Lumi Laura as well, 135.04 just finishing. We've got more people
Lovely,
coming over the
lovely.
line now. But yeah, great runs. A great race between Chris, Spora, and Adam for the second, third, fourth. Deo just running away with it with a worldy of a time in a 122. You know, just
Yeah,
to see him just pull that out in a race setting is absolutely insane.
yeah, it's
Um,
ridiculous.
But, you know, when we spoke earlier, you said you'd be happy with a 134. So
Mm.
you have to be pretty pleased with a 131 that would only have been what, like 20 seconds behind PB yesterday.
Yeah, so yesterday my PB was a 131.17. That was a 131.50, so 33 back. And then earlier today I PB'd and got a 130.55. So yeah, I am lucky that I found a hot day on the day of SPRASH League for sure. I'm very, very fortunate that that happened. So, but yeah,
For an update, Zach didn't PB. He didn't PB. Take back the
Oh,
GGs. Tell him he's shit.
you're terrible, Zach. How dare you? Honestly, just
Yeah,
a
he's
fraudulent
one of
speedrunner.
several people, including Spora, who lost a ton of time in this race to credit skip. Yes, Wally lost 4 minutes to credit skip. Zach lost 2. Spora lost probably about 2 minutes,
Oh,
full
goodness.
minutes.
Credit skip's a killer, man. I'm dreading learning it.
I mean,
Like,
literally, yes, Wally went from minus 44.9 coming out of Twilight Harbor to plus 327 out of
that's,
Nasty.
that's disgusting. Yeah, that
That's
skip is.
horrible.
It's a thing that exists.
Nitro
God.
finishing 136.56.
That's a solid time.
Then we've got a top 10. Lumi Laura 135.04. I think rounds out the top 10. I know probably Burgerlands is probably the end of the top 10 with yourself and Dale being added in there.
Wow. Spudley coming through 137.27.
Irons in Night Flight, by the way, if you're wondering.
Irons in Night Flight.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yes. If he finishes, he is an absolute king because he is literally doing a blind run right now.
Yeah,
So
he's
fair fucking
never done a
play.
speed run before. Oh. He just had a very amusing death coming out of the portal in Night Flight.
Oh, do you just instantly go in the purple goo?
Yep. Just fell all the way. No, it fell
that-
all the way down to the bottom.
Oh,
of the purple goo.
that's.
Can we get
tough.
Iron Stream up, Kieran?
Well, what we can do is we could just go raid him. I think we should go
Yes.
raid
Is that the
Iron
plan?
Spider.
That's the plan. Hell yeah.
Because he's going to be live for the longest time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think.
we went over 1K viewers on the category. Which is insane.
I was kind of refreshing the Spyro directory occasionally during loading screens just to see how far we got. And yeah, over 1K on the Spyro directory is insane. Thank you on all the raids, by the way, Katie, Lady, Zach, New Jar. Kieran, have you done the thing with the sign-up sheet yet, good sir?
I have not. So, to come straight off of this, Crash Freeze next week, same time. Time zones will change. We'll keep it updated. But it'll be 7 UTC, Universal Time. I will post the link right here. And if Cal wants to talk about donate for a second whilst I find it.
Yeah, if you enjoyed this race and you want to see more races like this in years to come, hit the donation if you've got some spare change to send their way. Hypnoshark and Kieran have funded this all themselves out of their own pockets to give back to the community, which is an awesome effort. It's an awesome thing for them to do. So if you want to show your appreciation for that, give him a little bit of a donation, and the more financially sustainable this can be, the better chance there is of Sprash League being a thing that carries on well into the future. And Kira's just posting the sign up sheet for Crash 3 in the Twitch chat. So get signed up for Crash 3. Hypnoshark, are you excited for Crash 3?
I am pumped. I still like a part of me. This is very surreal because this has been something that has been 4 5 months planning. I think about 4 months of planning for it, and yeah, it's just really really cool to see it come to life. I'm very excited for Crash 3. I'm excited to see the continuation of this series and to see how it develops. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it for sure, 100%.
Awesome. Kieran, any final words?
You know, smoke weed.
Damn that, man. You know what? Amen to that. You know.
Join the Crash Free race if you want. As soon as you do, you'll get a link to the Discord. It'll be a bit of fun. Don't worry if you're, you know, the best in the world or just some dork. Who cares? It's a bit of fun. It's gonna be a big community race, as this one was. And thank you all for watching. We're gonna raid